Hey there, how are you today? My name is Adeola James, and I'm so excited today. I just finished a live Instagram show that I normally do, and my guest was really, really interesting, and I'm really excited to have had her. So, I'm just sharing because it's part of how excited I am. So I've been doing a series on manifesting the law of attractions. We've talked money, we've talked attracting your dream job. Today, I want us to talk about love. Can you attract love? It's a question that people have asked me, and my answer is an absolute yes. But once again, for you to attract something, you have to know what you want and be very specific about it. I can't not say it, right? Now there are laws that also stand. So like I remember I said, if you ask, you receive, it's a law. Another law is the law of vibration and the law of attraction, and they work hand in hand. So if I vibrate something and I attract it, and so if I vibrate love, and then you have to sit down and ask yourself, what does love really mean to you? Because sadly, for some people, love is violence. And the reason why is because growing up, their parents maybe beat them and said to them, I love you, that's why I'm beating you. Or their parents said, you made me do this. And so they have a bit of a warped sense of what love is. So let's assume that we're talking about, nice love, But then once again, my question then again would be, what is nice love? What is love? What is romance? What is intimacy, to you? Because what would be romance to me? Some people would like to sit down and cuddle, some people don't want to be touched at all. In fact, I have a friend that if you touch him to sleep, he will not sleep the whole night. And so you have to be so far apart. Once your body touches his body, that's it, he's not sleeping, and he's married with a wife who, I don't know, hopefully he married somebody who it's fine with not cuddling at night, or he compromises and says, okay, for 2 nights I will not sleep because you want to cuddle. I don't know how they run their home. Okay, so what would you like to attract? Unfortunately, I don't know whether to say unfortunately or fortunately. Unfortunately on one side, and I'll say fortunately on this. Unfortunately on one side, I didn't know this when I was getting married. I would have been more specific about the kind of person I wanted to marry. It wouldn't have been, anybody that I just connect with, right? Because what does that also mean? So that's the unfortunate side, right? But the fortunate side also is that if I didn't marry who I married, I won't be here today, okay? So marrying the person that I married gave me all the experiences that I've gathered that have made me who I am today. However, if I knew then what I know now, I would have sat down and written out in clear terms the kind of man I wanted to be with, right? And one of it would have been a man that likes to talk with me. Another thing would have been a kind-hearted man. And I'm not saying my husband is not kind-hearted. I wouldn't be with him if he wasn't. But those are the criteria I would have come up with, a man who is able to fend for himself and for his family, a man that I can support, that will support me, a bridegroom, a man that understands what it means to be a bridegroom, using the seed analogy to create that kind of person. Because when you sow a seed, what do? You water it, you speak kind words to it, you're nice. So those kind of things, right? And you create an enabling environment for that seed to grow. Okay, I would have added that to my list. I would have said a man that I can travel the world with and have so many phenomenal memories with. A man who is in touch with himself, who is confident and self-assured. Who I would have written so many things. Of course, I would have gone to the physical side, tall, dark. I like dark men because I'm light-skinned, And then not skinny, but nice body with a bit of muscle here and there, good looking man, nice features. I remember when I was gonna have my daughter, I would speak to her in my stomach and I would say, if you're a girl, I want you to be light skinned like me. Every other feature you can get from your father, because he's got great features, right? So that was another reason why I could say that, because I knew he had great features. If it wasn't that, I would have said, take all my features. If you get what I mean. So I would have been so specific about it, right? And maybe, some of the things that I yearn for now would have been different, because I would have included it in the kind of man that I wanted to marry. Okay, so my husband and I were a bit different, which is great also, because there's beauty in diversity, right? But there's certain things that sometimes I wish we could share with each other, that we're not able to right now. And I'm not saying we're not going to be able to do it later, but now we just need to almost without using the word manage, maybe acclimatize with who we both are, and appreciating our differences and working towards the strengths that we have, right? So what do you want? Who do you want? What are the features and the characteristics and the mindset and the values that you want? What are they? Now, the clearer you are, the easier it will be to write it down and say, this is the person that I want to be with. And if it's just a romantic relationship, then you go for that and say, I just want like a whirlwind romance where we're flying around together, we're making so much love, we're into each other, those kind of things where we're sharing those things with each other, And so that's the first thing that you need to do. Identify with clear terms what you want, in the person that you're with, right? So it's so easy. I want a man who XYZ, and then you know what I started doing? I created a name for him. I created the things that we'll do. Once again, what experience do I want to have with him? What's the end goal of this person? So I'm able to sit down or lie down, close my eyes, and experience those things that I really want to experience in my man, or in my relationship, or in my loving relationship, and start to act as though, I remember telling a friend of mine, write a list of these things down and start to be grateful for him. And in no time, guys, she came back and said to me, I found that everything I wrote down is exactly the qualities in the man that I'm with right now. And they're still together happily, right? So it is possible, but you have to be specific. You have to be clear. You have to know what you want. And then you now have to act as though it has come. So maybe you want to go on a walk and imagine that you're walking with him. Maybe it's marriage. Maybe you want to tie a cloth or put a ring on your ring finger and feel into it every night before you go to bed, smiling. Maybe you want to give him a name, see him in your room, lying down, having conversations with him, traveling with him. You want to start to feel into all the experiences and the things that you're going to get from him when he's there, or from her when he's there, when she's there, if you get what I mean. So it's so easy. And it's because it's easy, you will think, oh yeah, they're saying nonsense. No, you have to, have heartbreaks. No. You can attract the exact kind of person that you're looking for by first knowing who the person is, and then start acting as though that person is come. Fill your space with the things that you would like to do. Sit down and have conversations. Sleep every night, sleeping as though you are in his arms. And in no time he will show up, And as I'm saying this to you guys, I'm saying it to myself as well. I'm not here saying, oh, I've got it all together. But a lot of times when I speak to people, I'm reaffirming things to myself and telling myself, okay, you too, you can also, either intensify on what you're doing or what you're saying, and it just becomes really nice. So guys, today, what I'm asking you to do is sit down and write out. The work is in the creating, rather than complaining that all men are these, all women are this, all men. Sit down and create your ideal man, because he exists. He definitely exists. And you can connect with him wherever it is in the world. You can connect with him. Okay, so do this for yourself today and come back and tell me how easy it was to attract and manifest your ideal lover that would eventually become maybe a marriage if you want, or a companionship or partnership also if you want. I'm waiting to hear from you and I'm longing to hear from you. Have a wonderful day, guys. I love you.